Olympic golds galore at the US Open. After US swimming sensation and most decorated female Olympian Katie Ledecky dazzled with her presence, it's time for the gymnastics GOAT to make a grand entrance. Fresh off a show-stopping Olympic performance in Paris, Simone Biles is gearing up for her Gold Over America tour. But first, she was setting the Arthur Ashe Stadium ablaze with her fashion prowess. The US Open Tennis Instagram just dropped a gem of a video captioned, "A GOAT has arrived at the US Open. Welcome, Simone Biles." In the clip, Biles, the most decorated gymnast ever, steps out of a car looking effortlessly chic in white flared pants, a white crop top, and a loose jacket in shades of the tournament's signature violet. She's rocking a pair of white sneakers and black sunglasses, proving that casual can still be couture.
Is someone big smile right here? Simone, keep this way too. Can you turn this way?
Oh, definitely. Serena Williams. I mean, she's the GOAT in tennis, so.
Katie Ledecky had already turned heads with her stylish blue knitted sleeveless top earlier at the Open. She witnessed Emma Navarro make history by beating Paula Badosa to reach her first Grand Slam semis. Biles was in the crowd for the women's semifinal, where Jessica Pegula was battling Iga Swiatek for a spot in the finals. Did Simone Biles just steal the show at the US Open? Simone Biles and Iga Swiatek have long shared a mutual admiration society. Back in June, Swiatek was all about Biles' floor routine, declaring it so powerful and inspiring before the Paris Olympics. Their bond is clear. Even though Swiatek's quarterfinal at the US Open didn't go as planned, Jessica Pegula swept her aside with a 6-2, 6-4 win. Meanwhile, Biles has been soaking up the Flushing Meadows atmosphere. In an ESPN interview, she gushed, "Oh my God, so far it's been electric. It's a lot quieter than I anticipated, but it's a beautiful atmosphere." She added, "Me and my husband are such big fans of IGA, so to come here and watch her work is just a blessing and an honor." With all these superstar appearances, the Arthur Ashe Stadium is buzzing with excitement, leaving fans absolutely awestruck. Fashionista Simone Biles dazzles, and fans take note. Simone Biles is out and about, making waves in her post-Paris Olympic era, where she snagged 3 golds and a silver. From catching the Indiana Fever versus Connecticut Sun game with Gabby Thomas to gracing Jimmy Fallon's stage, Biles is turning every appearance into a headline. But it was her recent blue carpet moment at the US Open that had fans buzzing. Fans couldn't get enough of her chic ensemble, a casual mix of white flared pants, a crop top, and a jacket that matched the tournament's theme. One fan couldn't help but gush, "Some glamour arrived to the tournament US Open, proving that even in a laid-back outfit, Simone's style shines." Another ex-user, clearly inspired, wrote, "Love your look and support of fellow athletes. Please share brand of glasses. Would love to find those. Thanks, have fun." It seems Simone's black sunglasses were the talk of the town, with fans eager to emulate her effortlessly cool vibe. A humorous fan chimed in with, "Casually goating about town," encapsulating Biles' status as the undisputed GOAT of gymnastics, boasting 11 Olympic medals and 30 World Championship titles. And just when you thought she couldn't get any cooler, moments after her US Open moment, the Jimmy Fallon episode dropped, featuring a real GOAT to match Biles' legendary status. Even the weekday news anchor joined in, commenting on Instagram, "An icon, a legend. The GOAT of gymnastics, the great Simone Biles." This nod emphasizes how Simone continues to dazzle, not just with her athletic prowess, but with her iconic style and charm. With the gymnastics queen in high spirits post-Paris, fans are eagerly awaiting her return to the mat. When the season kicks off, expect Biles to trade her fashionista flair for dazzling leotards and jaw-dropping routines.
It meant everything, especially coming off of Tokyo. That wasn't my best performance or how I planned for it to go. So to put the work in mentally and physically and to be back on a world stage competing at an Olympic Games meant everything to me. I was on myself because I knew I could do it and I wanted to do it so bad. So that was like the only stressful part. Everything else was how it was supposed to be. More than my wildest dreams whenever I first started gymnastics, so. And I'm always tripping, falling downstairs, like bad for me. So actually that's like the most nervous I was for the whole entire Olympics. I was
That's
like, okay,
hilarious.
I have to hand the flag off, like, don't mess it up, don't mess it up. I was terrified.
Yeah. How was Tom Cruise?
He was so sweet, so nice, down to earth. He brought flowers, he got to meet my mom, and it was just like so much fun. I think it's funny to play off, obviously, all of my fans, the people who have embraced, loved, and supported me throughout my journey, but also the haters, because there was always the comments like, stop calling her the GOAT, she's not the GOAT. So it's like, it makes people happy, and then it just pisses people off. Gymnastics, as long as I'm inspiring the next generation and having fun and just making sure that it's not all about winning, but still putting a good foot forward even when it doesn't go your way, I think that's what I would want it to be.
Yeah.
In real life, in gymnastics, like aging like fine wine, okay. But like for a gymnast, old.
Really?
But outside of gym, oh yeah, I'm young. Yes, it's basically a gymnastics spectacular of Olympians. We have a couple international elites joining us as well that have gone to the Olympics. So think pop style concert with gymnastics.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be so much fun. We have the guys on our tour this time, and they actually medaled, so congrats to them. Part 2 is kind of the lead up into the Olympics, and then the Olympics, and obviously what happens after the Olympics, because I think people don't fully understand and realize everything that goes into it, because you have the 4-year people that tune in once and they're like, oh my God, the Olympics this, the Olympics that. But it really gives you an in-depth look, so it feels like an intimate experience while you're watching.
Yes, with Simone Biles, 11-time Olympic medalist. We appreciate you joining us. Your first time ever at the the US Open. What has this experience been like so far?
Oh my gosh, so far it's been electric. It's a lot quieter than I anticipated, but it's an absolutely beautiful atmosphere. Me and my husband are such big fans of Iga, so to come here and watch her work is just a blessing and an honor.
You say that when you watch other athletes at the top of their game, what do you watch in terms of their work ethic that impresses you?
Their dedication, the sacrifices they've made to get to this point. I know exactly how hard these elite athletes work, so it's really just amazing to be able to see them in their element.
On the other side of that, for Jess Pegula, you guys met briefly at the Olympic Village. What's the camaraderie like when you're watching someone else that also has a necklace with those 5 rings?
Yes. Oh my God, it's so special because the Olympics brings us all together, and so that's really sweet. But to watch everybody in their own element and just be at the Olympics together is just something that you'll be a good memory forever.
Have you ever gotten a chance to play tennis?
No, I actually have not. My aunt actually has a tennis court in her backyard, and we used to play when we were younger, but like nothing serious.
Another sport kind of took over at that point. Before I let you go, I know it was a very busy summer. You're going to get ramped up to watch your husband here very shortly with the season kicking off this weekend. What are you looking forward to most with the downtime?
Oh my gosh, the most with the downtime, we have the Gold Over America tour coming. We're in 30 cities, 32 stops, so I'm looking forward to that. And then after that, just spending quality time with my husband and supporting him.
I appreciate the time. Enjoy the tennis.
Of course. Thank you guys so much.
Simone Biles.
Simone Biles. Simone Biles. Simone Biles.
Simone Biles isn't just the most decorated Olympic gymnast in U.S. history. She's the most decorated gymnast ever, period. She's earned her title as the global queen of accolades, not just with her impressive medal haul, but by redefining the sport itself. Her jaw-dropping feats have also reshaped the code of points. At the Paris Olympics, she conquered her 5th signature move, the Yurchenko double pike, with perfection, having only named it a year ago. Now, after her 3rd Olympic run, Simone is ready to say goodbye to this iconic skill, but her fans are not. On Instagram, Biles shared a serene moment as she sat gracefully seated on a vault, dressed in a white Athleta tracksuit and surrounded by a sea of white flowers. She was snapped at the World Championship Center, the very spot where she honed her skills. Her parents, Ronald and Nellie Biles, own the place, which has been her training hub for years. It's where all the magic happened, and now it's a special place filled with memories of her incredible journey. With a gentle smile playing on her lips, she posted the heartfelt caption, "Rest in peace, Yurchenko double pike," marking her farewell to the iconic move. Simone Biles' comeback was already epic, but what really stole the show was her fearless take on the Yurchenko double pike, now known as the Biles 2. This insane vault involves a backflip off the vault and 2 full rotations in a pike position before landing. This insane vault involves a backflip off the vault and 2 full rotations in a pike position before landing. No other woman has ever pulled it off in international competitions, and Biles owned it at last year's World Championships. Remember back in 2019 when Simone Biles left everyone speechless with her triple-double on the floor and that double-twisting double backflip off the beam? Both moves now proudly carry her name. But being Simone, she wasn't done rewriting gymnastics history. In 2021, she became the first woman ever to land the Yurchenko double pike in competition, raising the bar once again. Then, in 2023, after her break to conquer the twisties, she came back stronger and nailed it at the World Championships, where the vault was officially named the Biles 2. The move is so powerful that even Biles takes a step back after landing it, yet she still manages to outshine the competition, rocking that 6.4 difficulty value as only she can. At the Paris Olympics, she pulled off the YDP again, snagging her third gold of the Games. But as she continued to dominate, rumors about her retirement started swirling, especially after she hinted she might step away from her signature vault. Getting up and not having to think about doing a Yurchenko double pike is a blessing, she said, sending fans into a mix of emotions. Now with her latest post, some fans are thrilled she nailed the move one last time, while others felt a pang of sadness knowing they might never see her do it again. One fan stormed the comments, hailing Biles as the queen of both the vault and floor. The vault queen, the floor queen as well. With 2 Olympic medals in each event, Biles has both on lockdown, showcasing her unmatched talent. Another user dropped in with, "So you're retiring? OMFG, enjoy your life, Biles Owens. You've done your job," reacting to the swirling retirement rumors after Paris. But fear not, because there is also hope of her return at the LA 2028 Olympics. As she herself said, "Never say never." A fan shared a heartfelt message saying, "No! We'll miss you so much, Simone. I've watched you for years and years. You are my idol." It's wild to think her journey started at just 6 years old, and by 16, she was already grabbing her first World Championships medal. Now with 6 world all-around titles, she's undeniably marked an era of greatness, and fans are just not ready to say goodbye. But wait, there's more. Another fan jumped in with, "Gone but literally never forgotten," a nod to Simone Biles' enduring legacy. With 11 Olympic medals and 30 World Championship honors, her achievements are etched in gymnastics history forever. As one fan put it, "You really outdid yourself on this one," highlighting just how far Simone Biles has come. The Biles in 2 vault is no joke, 0 room for error, and if you mess it up, you're risking a crash landing on your neck. Last year, she needed her coach, Laurent Landy, right by her side for the Yurchenko double pike, even taking some point deductions. But this year, she nailed it solo, with Landy just cheering from the sidelines. As fans keep dropping comments like, "LOL, that's funny, love the funeral, did it, done it, goodbye, haha," on her epic goodbye pic, we're curious. What's your take on the end of Simone Biles doing the Yurchenko double pike? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let's chat about it.
We already knew my gymnastics was kind of janky. Like, in training, I was having twisties already, but I'm trying to push past that. And I would literally tell my teammates, like, I'm fighting demons. I'm fighting demons right now, but I'm gonna do it for you guys. Because like, the cords were not connected. So I literally felt like I was fighting my body and my mind to do these tricks. So we're trying to do some different things in the back, and I'm like, okay, I can't do a full and off beam. Can I please go back to my double, which is way harder, but I know if I twist more, it's better for me. So then we go to vault. Vault is feeling a little bit weird in the air, and you can see it. Like, the girls, we ended on floor because we started on vault out there. So we end on floor, I go to do my first pass, and you can see in the air, like, you can ask the girls, it's not like, my first pass is a triple double. And usually when you do it, you see my regular videos, you see 1, you see 2, you see 3. This one, it looks like I'm going like this in the air, and it doesn't feel comfortable. I have no idea where I am, but I'm twisting, like praying, land on my feet, and they're like, that looks jacked up. You can tell. All of the gymnasts in there from all of the countries are like, that's jacked up. That looks jacked up. It looks like she's never done this a day in her life, but they know it's a twisty. So people are kind of trying not to watch. We get out there and vault, and I was like, okay, it's fine. I warmed up everything. Like, it wasn't good, but I did it. And so we get out there on vault, and we have a one-touch warm-up. Go over the table, do a 1.5. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what was that? And so I'm like, it's fine. And everybody's freaking out. I don't have.
Get ready with me for Olympic trials day 1. I just woke up from a nap and I feel so nervous at this day.
But I had no idea she was on the shelf back here.
That is not my nigga, don't claim her. About 20 missed counts, he failed. White boy basic, she ain't potato. He don't want to foreign the nigga.
So we're in 2 squads tonight. First squad starts on vault, the second starts on bars. And we're all gonna wear the same Leah depending on what squad you're in. Is my favorite. I'm gonna try winged eyeliner. I feel like I'm doing this and I have nothing to talk about. Maybe it's because I'm nervous, but what do you girlies get on here and talk about? Like, every day is the same for me, very repetitive. I'm gonna try to be doing more videos, but what the fuck do y'all wanna see? It just feels so awkward doing these. Like, if you catch me out in like real life, I'm a fun time, I'm a good time. But then I get on here and turn the camera on and I'm like, does anybody else feel the same way or it's just me? I thought I hated blush, but I could never find a good color for me. But I finally found one, and now I'm like, I could do this. I'm gonna attempt a wing, so we'll see how this goes. Oh. I feel like that's pretty even. I swear, hotel lighting is the worst. This is my favorite. Okay, I actually do have one question. So my lips are allergic to almost every single product. They'll break out really bad. Lip stains, lipsticks, lip glosses, except for like 3 brands. The 3 are like Laneige, NYX, and Charlotte Tilbury. Sometimes Rhode. Those are the only ones I can use on my lips. And because if I use anything else, my lips like burn and like literally crack and peel off. So can somebody help me and maybe let me know what ingredient is making my lips dry out, peel, crack? Because that would be greatly appreciated. I'll finish the lips whenever we're leaving. So bye.
Don't call and visit. Simone Biles' biological mother breaks silence on her adopted parents. Shannon Biles threw a party after her daughter spectacularly returned to form at the Paris Olympics. However, there was one problem. The 27-year-old 7x Olympics gold medalist barely has a connection with her estranged mother and wasn't part of the celebration. As it turns out, Shannon is seeking forgiveness and is still coming to terms with giving up her children for adoption all those years ago. Simone Biles and her siblings, Adria, Tevin, and Ashley, had a tough start in life. In her 2021 Facebook Watch series, Simone vs. Herself, one reason she's never been fond of cats. Luckily, their grandparents, Ronald and Nellie Biles, stepped in and adopted Simone and Adria when they were 6, while Ronald's sister Harriet took in Tevin and Ashley. Now, years later, Shannon Biles has broken her silence on the painful decision to give up her daughters to their adoptive parents, Nellie and Ronald Biles. Ronald and Nellie decided that it would be best for Simone Biles and her sister to stay away from their biological mother while she was battling addiction and working to get better. When we signed the adoption papers, it was like my dad flipped a switch on me. No communication, don't call, and don't visit. That's how it was in the beginning. 52-year-old Shannon Biles opened up about the past exclusively to Daily Mail.
How do you handle the fact that this is brought up every 4 years?
I'm over it already. You know, I mean, I can't keep dwelling on it. Whenever she's ready, and I'm here. You know, I want her to be able to come to me and say, you know, okay, let's have a sit down because there's some things I want to know. So I just have to have patience. I want to let her know that I love her. I'm very proud of her, you know, but I'm just still waiting, you know. I would like to sit down and talk to you and answer any questions you may have, you know. I don't know what you've been told but, you know, I want you to hear the real deal. I was an addict. I will always be an addict. But there's just a way that you have to learn how to stay away from people, places, and things and change your routine and just change your life. Live your best life. You know, if I need to know anything, I call my dad. Hey, Dad, what's going on with Simone? How's everybody doing? You know, he keeps me posted.
So you don't have like a direct number that you can even reach out to her?
I do, but I won't.
Why not?
You know, I want her to reach out to me. You know, she's 27 now, she's married. I would like to have been a part of that, but I just have to wait for her.
It took me 6 years before I saw my children again, Shannon added. Shannon officially signed the papers for her children to be adopted in 2003 when Biles was 6 years old. This was 3 years after Biles and her siblings were placed in foster care because of their mother's issues with addiction. Ronald Biles wanted Shannon to stay away from her children due to issues she was facing so that they were not impacted. It was hard to give up my kids, but I had to do what I had to do, she said. Shannon confessed to relentlessly arguing with her parents when they adopted her daughters. She later understood why Ronald and Nellie Biles made the right decision. I was still using, and he didn't want me coming in and out of their lives when I wasn't right, added the 52-year-old. At one point, when Biles and her siblings were living in foster care in Ohio, their grandfather came to know about it. He brought all of them to Texas, only to have them head back to their mother less than a year later. However, Shannon was unable to care for them, and her parental rights were terminated, leading to the adoption of her children. Simone Biles has rarely mentioned her biological mother in public. In fact, according to a report from the Associated Press in 2015, Biles is quick to correct anyone who mentions Shannon, her mother. The relationship between Biles and her biological mother is far from ideal, and this is something Shannon is keen to correct. I would like to make amends with Simone personally. I'm just waiting for her and Adria. I speak to Adria more than I speak to Simone. I would just ask her to forgive me, Shannon said. The fractured relationship with her daughter has meant Shannon has missed out on some of the most important moments of her daughter's life, such as her wedding to NFL star Jonathan Owens. But Shannon is keen to let the past be past and wait for Simone to take a step toward reconciliation. Shannon invited friends and neighbors to her house in Ohio to celebrate her daughter's success in Paris. Can we move forward? Don't judge me on my past. Let's move forward. I'm waiting for the opportunity, but I'm waiting on her to be able to come to me. Let's sit down. I just have to be patient, she added. Shannon is sober today and has said that she isn't the same person as before. Over the years, Shannon had racked up debt and had just $34 to her name on a prepaid card, according to a Chapter 7 bankruptcy petition filed in October 2018. Slowly, she has been able to turn around her life and since 2022 has stayed out of any trouble. She now works as a cashier at the grocery store Save-A-Lot. For Simone Biles, separation from her mother may not have been easy, but with her adopted parents taking care of her, she was able to realize her dreams. Simone Biles found the loving home that fueled her rise to gymnastics greatness. Shortly after Ronald and Nellie Biles adopted the girls, the then 6-year-old fell in love with gymnastics during a daycare field trip. Since then, her adoptive parents have stood behind her as pillars of support. It's been a long journey, but their support means the world to me, Simone Biles said in April 2024, ahead of her historic Olympic comeback. The only time Ronald and Nellie missed one of her competitions was during Tokyo 2020, thanks to COVID-19 restrictions. Fast forward to today, and Simone, now 27, is the most decorated gymnast in history, adding 3 golds and a silver to her collection in Paris, including the coveted all-around gold. She knows none of it would have been possible without Nellie and Ronald's unwavering dedication. Being separated from my biological mom, being placed in foster care before I officially got adopted by my grandparents, it just set me up for a better route at life, Biles revealed in 2021. She has often mentioned the role her adopted parents played in her success and thanked them for their support. Now, after years of estrangement, Simone Biles' biological mother hopes to one day reconnect with her daughters and seek their forgiveness and be a part of their lives. What do you think about this complex journey and Shannon Biles' wish? Share your thoughts in the comments below.